Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual, man. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about how Nick Wright, the LeBron James superfan, Nick Wright gets exposed by Jaylen Brunson last night. And we're going to talk about a clip that was sent to me. Shout out to Jose, who sent me this clip on Instagram some weeks ago. But now I feel like it's applicable for me, or appropriate for me, to do a video on this. So like I said, guys, Jaylen Brunson was a clutch player of the year this season. He won the award. I believe this is the third year they've done it. And Nick Wright really tried to say a couple weeks back on First Things First that LeBron James is being robbed for a clutch player of the year award. He said he's going to get robbed for clutch player of the year, that LeBron James should be the clutch player of the year. Nick Wright said that, guys, the clutch player of the year. Now, remember, they just started this award a couple of years ago, but Nick Wright gets exposed. Last night, Jaylen Brunson once again shows why he won the clutch player of the year award and why he's much more clutch than LeBron James. And we're going to break down some of these numbers, and we're going to talk about in this video, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world. Everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I am truly, truly humbled. Like I said, much respect to everybody in the membership, everyone that emails me, sends me messages. Thank you very much, guys, for all support. Like I said, it truly means a lot, man. Thank you very much. You know, all the true basketball fans out there, man. Real recognize real. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, excuse me for a second. I want you to talk about how I saw this clip. Well, excuse me, it wasn't a clip. I was sent a screenshot. And what the screenshot was, it was, you know, a typical LeBron James fan channel, fan page. And what they put was, LeBron James is about to be robbed for a clutch player of the year award. And what they had was his numbers in the clutch versus Steph Curry's last year, because he won the award last year, versus De'Aaron Fox's numbers the year that he won it. He was the first winner. Remember, this is the third year that they've done this award. And it usually goes to the player who's the best. I believe they define clutch as the last 5 minutes in the fourth quarter with the score within a certain amount of points, whatever it is. That's how they constitute you being a clutch time performer. And that's, you know, some of the criteria they use for this award. Now, in the screenshot, it was a screenshot of First Things First. And what Nick Wright was talking about, because I went back and watched the actual clip of it, and what Nick Wright was talking about, because we all know Nick Wright creates all these lies and narratives. Nick Wright's, he's the biggest problem. Like, he's the one who, to me, instigated all of the lying, right? All the narrative writing, the rewriting of history, the bending of reality. To me, Nick Wright is the main source of this. And then it's branched out. Guys like Shannon Sharpe have done this, right? The Colin Cowherds, the Kendrick Perkins, right? The Brian Windhorst, the Dave McNamans, right? You know, the Gilbert Arenases, the J.J. Redicks. These guys had taken a page from Nick Wright, but he was the originator of just completely, blatantly lying on TV and having no repercussions, no consequences for this man lying and just falsifying history. Nick Wright's the master at not giving you all the facts. He's the master at not giving you context. Because that's the only way you can promote LeBron James and pump him up is not give context. So in this clip, he's not giving any context. He's talking about LeBron James' numbers and how LeBron James should be clutch player of the year award, clutch player of the year this season. Now, anyone that watched the Los Angeles Lakers this year damn well knows LeBron James ain't been the most clutch player in the NBA. He's not even close to the most clutch player in the NBA. I don't care what the numbers might say in these moments, because we must remember something, and Nick Wright won't talk to you about this. I'm pretty sure Anthony Davis was carrying LeBron James all season long throughout the first half of the season, or more than the first half of the season. Anthony Davis was covering LeBron James on defense, allowing LeBron James to stand around on defense, blowing his hands on the corner, not making it across half court, so he can rest all game long, not hustle all game long, and then go out there in the fourth quarter and shot jack. That's what he does. Go out there and just chuck up some shots. Make sure that he gets his points up because he ain't do nothing all game long. And once again, you're carried by Anthony Davis, who's covering for you. So you don't have to do anything out there but go out there except for offensive foul and travel up and down the court, score a couple of points in the fourth quarter, make it look like you did something, but you ain't playing a lick of defense. You ain't hustling out there. You ain't rebounding the basketball. You got your teammates covering for you and carrying you. Nick Wright won't talk about that, but he's going to put LeBron James, the most clutch player. So then he gets Luka Doncic in a trade. And you're telling me LeBron James has been more clutch than Luka Doncic? Once again, you're out there playing as a sidekick. You're a role player to Luka Doncic. Nick Wright won't mention this, though, right? He's going to act like LeBron James and leading the Lakers in the fourth quarter. He's been leading the Lakers all season long. He's been carrying the Lakers all season long, out there hustling all season long. Not even close. Not even close. And the reason why I decided to do this video right now is because, like I told you guys, I'm not going to do a video on the Knicks. I'm not going to do any video on the Knicks. I'm going to hold out. They're up 2 games and nothing. I'm going to hold out. I don't want to jinx it. I believe in that stuff, man. And I told you, the reason why I picked the Knicks to lose 4 games to 1, as I told you guys, is I was trying to do some reverse psychology on the Knicks. I felt like if I picked against them, then maybe I could help them win. Because every time I pick them to win, they lose. So I try to do the opposite. Let me pick them lose 4 games to 1, and then maybe in some weird way, that will help the Knicks win. Now, we all know that's not the case. The Knicks are actually going out there and doing it. The Celtics are blowing it. But I didn't want to do it for the Knicks. So I decided instead to do the next best thing. When I saw the screenshot and I remembered about this clip, and I was like, you know what? The way that Jaylen Brunson played last night, the way that he's been closing out these 2 playoff games against the Celtics, this is highlighting and showing why he was, in fact, the clutch player of the year this season, right? Now, if we think about this stuff, we think about some of the numbers. So I wanted to talk about Jaylen Brunson and give him some props in this video. But at the same time, we get to, dump on LeBron James some more because these are the facts. I'm not hating on LeBron James here. I'm not making up a false narrative. This is Nick Wright trying to promote LeBron James being robbed again. They love to use the word robbed. Oh, LeBron James robbed for an MVP. He was robbed for Defensive Player of the Year award. He was robbed now for a clutch play. He's always robbed of everything. Instead of LeBron James having to go out there and actually earn it, they just want it to be given to him all the time. Oh, just give him the MVP. The voters got voter fatigue. No, they gave that dude 2 MVPs on a super team. They actually helped him out. LeBron James should never won those MVPs on the Miami Heat. So let's understand up the jump. This man has not been robbed. Once again, Defensive Player of the Year award, he's played in the NBA for 22 seasons. He couldn't win Defensive Player of the Year award any of those other years. He was only robbed 1 season, though. No, he ain't giving the effort. That's why he ain't Defensive Player of the Year award. That's why he's the main all-defensive team in his 30s. He's always robbed for something. Oh, LeBron James was robbed for MVP in 2018. He was robbed for an MVP. How many times did LeBron James rob somebody of MVP? He robbed somebody of MVP in 2012. He robbed somebody of MVP in 2013. Those are frozen MVPs, man. But anyway, they want to try to pump up LeBron James as being robbed for some Clutch Play of the Year award. But once again, Nick Wright is giving you narratives and lies. LeBron James has been nowhere near the most clutch play this season, guys. Now, let's think about the numbers here. I wrote down some of these numbers. Now, usually the first 2 Clutch Play of the Years winners, De'Aaron Fox, Steph Curry, led the NBA in total clutch points. All right? I believe Steph Curry still has the most since they've been tracking this, I assume. I don't even know, right? Whatever. So I believe Steph Curry had 198 clutch points last season. I believe De'Aaron Fox had like 190-something. So I believe Steph Curry has the most so far. The most so far this season was Anthony Edwards at 157. All right? Anthony Edwards, 157. Except the problem for Anthony Edwards was when you looked at the team record in those games. They were under 500 in those clutch games. They were like 22 and 26 or something like that in the clutch games, right? When that became a factor. So even though Anthony Edwards has scored the most points in clutch time, that's mostly because Jaylen Brunson only played 65 games this year, right? So he just qualified for this accolade by playing the minimum of 65 games. We know that Jaylen Brunson's been frail and fragile throughout his career. He's a small guy. So Jaylen Brunson had 156. So he was 1 point less than Anthony Edwards. He was second in the NBA in clutch points, guys, right? So Nick Wright won't give Jaylen Brunson any credit for being second in clutch points. He wants LeBron James to win the award based off of what? I'm trying to figure this out. I don't get it. So where's LeBron James rank in clutch points then? LeBron James must be close to the top 3, top 5 guys if Nick Wright's claiming that he's getting robbed of the award. Because being robbed is a pretty strong word to use. That's indicating that you have all the numbers on your side, all the video footage points to you, the records, all that stuff points to you. But in reality, that's not the case. So LeBron James was not robbed. So let's think about this. LeBron James had 87 points in the clutch, which was tied for 15th. 15th, guys, which is not horrendous, but it ain't nowhere close to Jaylen Brunson, who essentially doubled up LeBron James' total points in clutch time. So Jaylen Brunson at 156, LeBron James 87, guys. I mean, come on, that's almost doubling up your points right there. But Nick Wright's going to say that he's robbed for a Clutch Play of the Year award? Not even close. If we look at the points per game in the clutch, right? In the fourth quarter, with the score, with the time under 5 minutes, I believe it was, with the score within whatever amount of points it is. The points per game in the fourth quarter, Jaylen Brunson led the NBA in points per game in the clutch at 5.6, guys. That was first in the NBA, all right? So once again, highlighting why Jaylen Brunson won the award. LeBron James, guys, was 35th in the league in points per game in the clutch, guys. 35th, all right, at 2.6. So he's 15th in total points in the clutch, but 35th in points per game in the clutch. All right, guys? So you see the difference there between Jaylen Brunson and LeBron James, right? Once again, basically doubling your point per game output in the clutch. Highlighting Jaylen Brunson being more clutch than LeBron James this season. By far, these are just off the numbers. There's the numbers, because I don't need numbers to show and highlight LeBron James being clutch or not being clutch, because we see him not be clutch. The video footage shows him not being clutch. So the problem something that I saw that was really weird, and once again, this is what we're talking about with the LeBron James fans, the media. They'll pump LeBron James up. They'll bend reality for LeBron James, right? They'll lie for LeBron James. Somehow, some way, LeBron James got one first-place vote for Clutch Play of the Year. I don't know if Nick Wright has a vote. I don't know if Colin Cowherd has a vote or Kendrick Perkins has a vote. I don't know if one of these clowns have a vote, Dave McNamara or Brian Windhorst. I don't know if one of these clowns have a vote, because maybe they're the one who vote. He had one first-place vote. How the hell does LeBron James get a first-place vote for Clutch Play of the Year when he's 35th in points per game in the clutch, and he's tied for 15th in total points in the clutch? I mean, you had guys on the list. I think the top 10 guys were like, it was Anthony Edwards, I believe Jaylen Brunson. I want to say it was maybe Trae Young. Then like Nikola Jokic, I think, might have been in the top 5. I think Steph Curry was 6th. I think De'Aaron Fox was on there. I think Kevin Durant was like 9th or 10th. I mean, you had some guys on there. I can't remember who else on the list. But these are some of the names. LeBron James nowhere near the top 10. I'd say he was tied for 15th with, I think, Bam Adebayo and Jalen Green. This is who he was tied with. Nowhere near the top guys. Nowhere near it. But somehow he got one first-place vote. Doesn't make any sense to me, man. But the voting was Jaylen Brunson first. I believe Nikola Jokic was the runner-up for the award. And I think Anthony Edwards may have been third in the voting, if I remember correctly. So shout out to Jaylen Brunson. And when we look at the playoffs, right, this season, so far, Jaylen Brunson is once again proving and exposing Nick Wright. Because LeBron James hasn't been clutch in those games that his team played. Was LeBron James clutch in those fourth quarters? No, he was the complete opposite of clutch. So damn the numbers, because the videotape shows us that LeBron James folds up, hits the side of backboards in the clutch, turns the ball over in the clutch, doesn't play defense in the clutch, doesn't galvanize his team in the clutch, right? He's not a leader in the clutch. Those are the facts, man. And that's why his team lost 4-1. And that's why Jaylen Brunson's team is up 2-0. Because in the fourth quarter, with his team down, Jaylen Brunson's able to lead and galvanize his team and make shots when it mattered most and close games out. Think about that. Earning the Clutch Play of the Year award and basically proving the voters correct. And exposing someone like Nick Wright and the lines and the narratives he continues to try to pump out for LeBron James. He's being robbed for a Clutch Play of the Year. Insane how they stretch and reach every year for this man to get some kind of award and accolade that he doesn't earn. I'm sure he'll get some cheesy All-NBA third selection this year again. Oh, LeBron James, NBA record, whatever, all NBA selection. These guys got like 4 or 5 all NBA thirds. Don't no one respect that. Like that adds and enhances his legacy on all NBA third team selection. Michael Jordan had time for no third teams all NBA. Like I told you, when Michael Jordan came in the league, there were no all NBA third team selections. They didn't even bring that in until like the 88, 89 season or something like that. So much respect to Jaylen Brunson for going out there and proving the voters correct and exposing someone like Nick Wright and their lies and their hate that he just puts out there all the time for LeBron James. Clutch player of the year. Get the hell out of here, man. Jaylen Brunson out there doing his thing in the fourth. There's been many plays in the fourth quarter that are doing their thing in the fourth quarter. Way more consistent and better than LeBron James, man. LeBron James out there being carried by Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic all season. But somehow, this dude is the clutch player of the year, according to Nick Wright. That's why I tell you, Nick Wright has no integrity, guys. No honor. This dude doesn't know basketball. He's not honest. He won't give you context or perspective, man. He's a LeBron James fan. He's not a fan of basketball. So he's going to rewrite the history and bend reality to make LeBron James look great. The dude's got 87 fourth quarter points in the clutch. He's trying to tell you he's the clutch player of the year winner, or he's getting robbed. Meanwhile, Jaylen Brunson got 156, averaging 5.6 in the clutch in the fourth quarter. LeBron James tied for 35th. Jaylen Brunson first in the league. What? Insane. I believe the Knicks were 17-10 in such games, which is really good, man. So shout out to New York Knicks. Shout out to Jaylen Brunson. Like I told you, I'm not going to do an actual video on the Knicks and celebrate them because I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to jinx it. And you guys know that. But I'll tell you right now, if they beat the Boston Celtics in this series, I'm going to do a video. I might even do a live on that. I think we're going to have to do a live if they beat the Celtics in this series, man. Because this will be one of the greatest playoff series wins in New York franchise history, guys. It really will, man. Like I said, man. And you guys know, I'm not someone who gets hyped up like this, man. And you know how I feel about the 90s Knicks. That's the squad right there to me. But, damn it, the Knicks of the 90s, this would have been tantamount to the Knicks in the 90s, to me, beating the Bulls with Michael Jordan one of those years. It would have been an upset of that kind of proportions, man. Except for maybe 93. I don't think 93 would have been a big upset if the Knicks would have beaten the Bulls. Because I think a lot of people were picking the Knicks to win. They were the number one defense. They had the best home record of any team. They had one of the best home records in NBA history that year, guys. At one point, the Knicks had won like 30 games in a row at home, guys, between the regular season and the postseason. That's why when they beat the Bulls those first 2 games in Madison Square Garden, people were like, I don't know if the Bulls going to be able to beat them because they were unbeatable at home. So I don't think it would have been an upset for the Knicks to beat them, but for Michael Jordan to be beaten by the Knicks, it would have felt like magic. That's what this series feels like. The Boston Celtics were supposed to be a powerhouse, right? I never thought they were a great team. To me, I thought they were over-celebrated. I didn't think they really beat anybody last year. I didn't feel that they were tested. They're getting tested now by the Knicks. So shout out to Jaylen Brunson, the true clutch player of the year. Not LeBron James, man. Are you kidding me? You guys know the deal. If hitting the side of backboards meant you were clutch or constituted clutchness, then absolutely LeBron James, the most clutch player of all time. Because we all know that that's what he does. And also, another thing that we have to think about also as it relates to Jaylen Brunson versus LeBron James in this regard, Jaylen Brunson, to me, has a go-to move. He has a move that he can go to with consistency. All right? LeBron James, as we talk about, he doesn't. So at the end of these games, this is why he's inconsistent. This is why he takes bad shots, fumbles around with the ball, makes weird decisions because he doesn't know what to do. He's not sure. Jaylen Brunson's going to get to his spot, and he's going to get his shot off. Is it going to go in? We don't know. But he got a shot. He's got a go-to move. Spots on the court. You guys know the deal, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.